Welcome to another episode of Legends of Vertraer, episode 7, if I'm not mistaken. I'll do a quick recap of episode 6 for everyone it's been a while for us as well. We've had a little bit of time off. So, after the party's rough night in the wild, the group once again made their way towards the Elven settlement. Setting off through the mountains, as the party travelled, they came across a large gorge that they had to make their way up in order to get to the other side. There was a rope bridge at the top of this gorge where keen-eyed Karl spotted a coat hanging on the one of the wooden post pillars of the rope bridge, and decided to call out to see who was at the top of this canyon. And they discovered it was a group of bandits or ne'er-do-wells or miscreants of some sort, and a battle ensued. We discovered Arthur, for all his athletical prowess, cannot climb if his life depended on it. We discovered Brian was nimble enough to weave between the party and make his way up solo. We had some shenanigans from our bard, who decided to cast an earthquake spell on the side of the cliff. As the team came under attack, Brian managed to get past the rest of the group and scramble up, and you all see a very darker side of Brian as he almost single-handedly mowed through multiples of these enemies. The poshest killer you had ever seen, covered in blood. As Cleetus came up with a cunning idea to create a false ledge that unfortunately didn't quite pan out, as Brian managed to kill the enemies before Cleetus' plan could go off. The group then assembled at the top of the hill with their young child companion in tow behind them, Oren, as they dragged the bodies of the dead into the small abandoned settlement and set it ablaze. And this is where you all find yourselves, at the top of this cliff with this blazing, this small inferno of a fire as you've set this encampment ablaze. Now, one more time, it's that magical time. We'll go around the table
Magical.
and introduce everybody for our lovely listeners, in case this might be their first time watching.
Good place to
Or listening.
Yeah.
Or listening.
Well, listening. I'm mentioning.
Wasn't we in the middle of a battle?
No, we finished
the
it.
battle.
No, that was ages ago.
Because I thought I was partially pinned to the floor.
No.
That was episode 5.
That was episode 5.
I think I'm sure.
How did we get out of that fight?
Do you not remember?
I don't remember any of this.
You don't remember the fight at the chasm?
I
Where
remember.
you pulled Arthur up the chasm because he couldn't climb.
Last thing I remember was he had a broken leg because we threw him out a mountain that we were still a day's trek away from.
My
And
God, you're on episode
And then a
4
weird
now.
snake lady came and
No, you were skipped several episodes.
How did we get out of that fight?
Do you not? You did manage to get out of it.
She-
I don't remember.
Like, skin of your teeth, but you managed it.
Yeah,
Really?
and she
Yes.
ran away.
She ran away.
Ran away.
She ran away because you
Trish.
killed all of her. You killed all of her.
I got
pets.
dementia.
Yeah, I think you might have.
I might have
I
dementia.
tell you what, go back and watch it.
There is recorded evidence of what happened, so go back and watch
We need to
episode
give you
1, 2,
a
3, 4, 5, and 6 to witness
Sorry,
that.
do we need to cut so we can watch the previous 2 episodes?
Let's give
I actually got dementia.
let's give
Previously
our
on.
Dragonborn Paladin a minute to recollect his thoughts and remember who he is, where he is, and what he's doing. Chris, you're on a D&D podcast, friend. Do you remember how this works?
He's the one with the bottle of whiskey.
And he's the one with a bottle of whiskey. Yeah, no drinking for Chris.
That's why you don't remember the last
He's
episode.
drunk.
I remember setting a building on fire, you not being able to climb a cliff, not
Yeah,
only
that
trying
was
to not save your own
nonsense.
life, but to save the life of a child either, because it was...
Oh yeah, Oren.
That's kind of how the roles work
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yep. Okay, good.
Right.
Well, after that, we'll go around the table. I'll give everyone a chance. We'll start this side.
Oh, it's starting with me this time.
Start this side. Let's go.
So, my name is Sam. I play Arthur Valbirith, the human fighter warlock of the group.
I am Brian Blumpton. I am a halfling rogue with penchants for cooking and killing.
What's your actual name?
What? Oh, I'm Matt. I don't know. No, I don't know. It's just Brian now. It's only Brian.
Just Brian. Yeah, there is no Peter.
There's a method
only
actor.
Brian, guys.
I'm Kirby. Okay, no. I'm Kris. I play Thomas Creighton Draken, the paladin dragonborn who might have dementia.
That's canon.
I'm Kirby. I play Karl Banjo, the tiefling sorcerer.
Name's Cleetus Banjo. I'm a tiefling bard. I play the music and stuff. And my real name's Brandon. Hi.
He remembered.
Almost forgot.
Almost forgot. You two just get such into your method acting of your characters, you forget who you actually are. when
Focus on the
cameras
important
turn on.
things.
Yeah, no, I like it. Okay, so set the scene for you all. You are at the top of this canyon with the rope bridge, the small encampment completely ablaze. So this is where you currently find yourselves, with this building you had just set on fire after killing everybody.
Is it on fire and are we still inside?
No, I did make sure last time to ask.
No, I definitely make sure it was
Because I feel like us as
Yeah,
tieflings
now
don't
you
really
remember. You
enjoy-
remember
No, I
setting
don't.
fire.
You're
I
not
remember
immune
this.
to fire, you're
I remember what we
resistant.
did here,
You
but I
take
don't remember
half
getting
damage
out
from
of
the
that
fire,
fire.
not immune to it. So this is where you currently find yourselves, at the top of this gorge that you had attempted to climb up whilst fighting off these cultists or these group of bandits. And this is where you are now. It is, if I remember rightly last time, it was probably about, I think I said it was like late afternoon, early afternoon.
I've got dementia as well now.
Honestly, at this
It's contagious!
Imagine
It's
a
Dungeons and Adventure.
Yeah, imagine a D&D podcast where all of them have
I mean,
dementia.
other than the DM, we're all over 30.
They're
right?
playing
Okay, the only thing I don't know if I remember. Was that bridge always so like dodgy looking?
Yeah.
That bridge looks like it was made. It was like an obstacle and go ape. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think we did the right thing by climbing the mountain, not the bridge.
Well, this is where you currently find yourselves. It's the middle of the afternoon. To remind you of your journey or your quest you're on, in case cast have dementia, you had been sent on a quest to take a sealed scroll to the leader of the Elven Kingdom of Corminth, from the commander of the front line of the battle that you was on in the very beginning. You currently potentially have between another 3, maybe 4 days worth of travel before you arrive at the edge of the Elven Kingdom.
Yeah, but how many throws?
How many Banjo throws?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you know, Thomas could actually get a bit of a hook behind his foot.
And Oren's still with us.
Oren is still with
Good.
you, yes. He is clinging to Arthur for dear
What time of the
life.
day is it?
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
We haven't-
They just said that. How much you have got?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That purple thing was a apostle, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got some
gift
gold.
of gold.
Yes, you did. You got some gold from it, yeah.
Treasures.
Well, you got some money from
Real
it.
nice.
And the only
Cool.
kitchen that I come across in a long time is now on fire.
Now
Yes.
find value in whiskey.
It's a very small rundown. It's literally like a half put together cobbled shack, really. It's not an established settlement. It is just a hastily built,
Don't you mean was?
was a hastily built. Now it is ablaze. It's on
It
fire.
was a nice shack.
Us tieflings like the warmth.
So at this point, which direction should we be going? I'm not asking you though, just to say what you want to do.
You all know it's north. You're supposed to be heading.
I say we head that way.
They said north.
Yeah, I think that way's always good.
Alright, guys, that's west.
Okay, no, that way.
Guys, be careful. You might think we're Elon if we get pointed out.
Now we're setting the time frame.
Oh god, yeah, you gave it away.
Oh dear. What have I done?
It's past January 20th. That's a good.
Just remember, don't pat your shoulder and then point.
Oh,
It looks
God.
kind of bad.
No, well, you can point with one finger, just not your whole hand.
That's canon now. The Argos salute, by the way.
Oh
What?
no! No!
You know what the Argos
Oh, no,
salute?
it's a Nazi salute. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to perform it, but
Argos Hitler.
Yeah, but
The DM's got to show.
That-
so like,
hang
Space
on.
Hitler.
Does Argo only have one of a pair?
You don't know.
That's a very
yeah.
eloquent way of putting it.
Thank you.
I think Argos is Hitler. We hit guys. We're gonna go kill Hitler. I'm really excited
Who
now.
was Hitler?
Space Hitler.
No, he's fantasy Hitler.
That sounds wrong.
Well,
Remember the film Iron Sky where he comes in on the dinosaur?
Yeah,
No, don't bring that up. Look, have you seen the top, right?
Dungeons and Dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs. Don't make not Hitler ruin dinosaurs for me, okay?
Well, Thomas has got an agenda now.
Yeah, hold on, let me just...
No.
So I think
Dinosaurs.
he's part of this
Dinosaurs with a Charlie Chapman.
You've got friends like Punchler and Slapler and... he's got a cat named Kittler.
Mine is sharp, George.
That's so
joke.
Oh, right.
Just one amazingly.
Ponder the question.
Proper
Right.
trap that.
What would you all like to do
Okay, so
I like to find dinosaurs.
we had the choice of going across the rock. Well, we have this rope bridge.
Is there a non-brand or trademarkable Jurassic Park around?
now? No.
But Cleetus, you do remember what Mama said? The dinosaur bones were buried by Jesus to test us.
God.
Dinosaurs ain't real.
But Birdie.
But I've seen the bones.
Who's Jesus? That's not your god.
No, it's that Spanish guy. It's Jesus. You've been saying his name wrong the whole time.
I believe in Vertraer Jesus.
For Jesus.
For Jesus.
Because I believe in Marvel Jesus.
No,
What's
Thomas has a very
Marvel?
special god, and you know that.
Right, so I think we should go across the bridge.
That bridge does not look sturdy.
No,
was gonna say
that
that-
is a drawing that I drew on the map. It looks like an actual rope bridge.
Oh, that's why it doesn't look sturdy.
Yeah.
It's one of those swing bridges. You gotta like hook to it along the bridge.
How do you say that? We're not hot touring a bridge.
What sound do you make then? Now you sound like a YMCA guys. YMCA.
You make the huh without the tuh.
I'm busy hot to
Yeah, but then you
kung fu fighting.
But if you make the hook without the tour, you end just with a really wet
Oh,
mouth and a really dry sausage.
My question
Okay.
is, why
Anyway.
are we planning to take the sketchy bridge when that's going south and there's a lovely road?
Is that going south?
It's up to you guys.
Oh, we don't
How
know.
close is the road bridge to the burning building?
Not close enough that it'll actually catch fire.
Are we able to do
Can we change that?
Are we able to do investigation to work out what's north?
No. I'd say Arthur would know the way. Arthur,
Okay. Arthur, where's
Arthur
north?
would know.
Do we have
And then I'll go to
Hold on. Wind's blowing. It's that way.
Just for shits and giggles, make a survival check.
Oh god.
These are my new dice. Ooh, survival. 1 second. I need to check.
So if you roll a 1 in survival, you're going to get
Survival. Oh,
back at the start.
10. Yeah, you're not going to get lost, but Arthur knows the vague direction from the mountains. You've not travelled this path for a while, and you would have potentially travelled this path with your father in your younger days before the war.
Memories.
I'm just going to ask one little question. Do we have to cross the rope bridge to go north?
No, you don't. That was purely
Oh, okay.
there as a descriptive thing from before.
I would like to
Okay.
burn the bridge.
Of course you
You
would.
can burn the bridge, or you can cut the rope.
Of course you burn the
It's
bridge.
just a rope bridge, so
I burn the bridge.
you can freely burn the bridge.
Why are you burning the bridge?
In case anyone comes after us from the bridge side.
What if we need to use the bridge?
Well, then now we don't get
Arthur,
to.
this is
Well,
why
it's
he's
too
got,
late. He's done it now. The bridge has been burned.
this is why he's got no friends. He keeps burning bridges.
So,
So we head north.
sound effect insert later.
You've got one on your phone.
Oh wait, can we do post sound effects?
Okay, you can
Let's
continue
do
heading
a sound
north
effect
towards
of
the
that.
elves.
Sound effect me.
Can you insult Elon or go when he does the not kosher salute?
You are roughly about here, in the mountain range. If you look at the map, this is roughly where you are. Yes, you were making your way across the mountains.
I'm telling you, it would have been quicker. Just throw me over this map.
We tried.
You do still have a broken leg.
We break the other one.
No! We need to get there!
He does still very much have the broken leg, just as a.
I'm more of a good leg half healed guy.
What time of day is it now? We've done this bit of trekking.
Hold on.
Is it midday?
It's a day afternoon.
It's nice of you.
Brunch time.
It is the afternoon.
It's afternoon now, okay.
So, to go through this, you are currently trekking through this bit of wilderness towards the Elven Kingdom. You've got roughly about 3 days worth of travelling
Really?
in front of you, yeah. Again, that map is purely a rough thing idea, it's not entirely to scale.
I've checked Google Maps.
No, it's not good. It's not as good as Google Maps. it's Google Maps. So, we're another 3 days worth of travelling to do. I'm going to ask for another survival check for everybody. I need a collective team survival check for travelling rules. Let me know if you get below a 10 to start with.
Is there modifiers for survival?
Yes, you should have modifiers for survival unless you have a plus nothing.
I'm a bit rusty.
No. There you are.
That's too quick. I failed this, by the way, boys.
Oh, that's a come on.
Modifiers. Make it work.
17? So hang on, we'll go round. So
I got a
Sam?
3.
3. 17.
I got one.
Not that one though. I got a nap one.
Oh, okay.
17.
Okay, so 17.
Two 17s, a 1, a natural 1, and you got a 3, was it? 3?
My pictures aren't good.
It's not that you're going to get lost. It's not that you're going to get lost because it's a team check and you know the direction you're going. But this is more for your.
I feel like this is the point, kind of in Ice Age, when they're walking through the ice cave and Sid kind of just disappears down one cabin, everybody else disappears.
No, you all stay together, but
It's a dinosaur down
the
there.
group survival check is more for how well you manage to sort of the distance that you get in a day and the collective morale and the weather and things around you for the day. It's not easy travelling. The weather was pretty bad from before anyway.
My knees hurt real bad.
Yeah, you with your broken leg, you are severely hobbling as well, so that's taking you a lot of time. That's another penalty to the check, is that he's with his broken leg. At the end of another day of travelling, you are closer, but you can feel all of your sort of energy coming away. It's demoralising the conditions that you've just travelled in. It's been raining, it's been windy, you've not managed to find anywhere that's got any natural walls or croppings or anywhere to build a camp, so you're just slipping out in the open. For a night of watch, who's taking guard? What are you doing for a night of camp?
Probably be Arthur, since he's more like the daddy of the group.
I'd like to nominate Karl because he technically can't go anywhere. So you put him down there, he's going to stay there.
Well, a long rest reset. I'll sit watch, but I
Sorry, I've got 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
If you are about to all take a long rest, I need before you do it, I need definitively who's taking watch and for how long.
Brian.
Fine.
Brian can do it then.
I'll do it.
I'll take the second watch.
Yeah, so you're going to split up the watch
Yes,
between the two of you.
me and Arthur.
And now
Okay.
we're just...
In that case, then, can I have a perception check from you and Arthur? Who's taking first watch? Brian?
Me. 8.
8. Okay, can I have 1 from Arthur as well?
Am I awake already?
I saw a squirrel.
I need 1 from Arthur as well.
I'm going to turn it into...
Oh my god. Perception, yeah?
Yes.
We're not doing great
I've
this time.
got a 3.
I got a 3.
We gonna die.
So we've got a 10.
Yeah.
Arthur looked at his hand and realised he had a new freckle.
He spent too much of the evening polishing his sword.
Ooh.
Which one?
You've got multiple.
Yeah, it's really impressive, man.
His baby knife.
Yeah, can I... So the next morning, nothing interrupts your long rest, so you can all take a long rest.
Yeah.
I wanted to interrupt the one.
I think I already have a long rest.
Where's the button for long rest?
Don't left it.
There's that campfire, yeah. That's
Yeah, D&D Beyond keeps changing it. We love you, D&D Beyond, but please stop changing things.
Dude, like, WhatsApp reason, they keep moving the fucking icons around. It's pissing me.
So, you've got another couple of days of travelling ahead of you. What are you all doing on the journey? I'll go one by one, think of something that you're doing that could potentially make the journey better, easier for you, and then I will decide what role I want you to make for your collective journey rules.
I'm still crying over my mine kitchen.
So Brian's still crying over his mine kitchen? Is he who's You know, what are you travelling in sequence, in, you know, a straight
I'm
line?
gonna
Are you
say
all bunched
I'm on-
up? Are you all
Are you
travelling?
carrying me?
Is anyone doing anything specific? Is anyone looking out? Anyone
How
gathering?
heavy-
Yeah, Arthur's kind of like taking in the surroundings and looking around and trying to figure out which ways to go next. Make sure we're still heading north and towards the.
Are you
the
still
castle.
looking after Oren?
It's just kind of like just dragging him.
Yeah, he would. Oren
Dragging.
would not leave Arthur's side. Oren would still be there at Arthur's side, tagging
How
along.
big is Karl relevant to me?
Karl's not very tall, is he?
How tall is how like
Yes.
heavy is he?
He's tiefling size.
5'4", 5'5".
Yeah, sort of
Yeah.
like average.
Just say
human height.
you want if you can carry him.
I feel like I should carry him.
'Cause you're quite tall, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm like.
You're like 7.5 foot tall, aren't you?
Well, you were the one that broke his leg as well.
Well, he asked for it.
Just carry
Because you
his
throw
leg.
like a bitch.
So in that case, then, if that's what Arthur's doing, what's Brian doing while you're travelling?
So I am trying to get over the post-traumatic stress of losing his mind kitchen. So I'm essentially just trying to think up of more recipes in my head as I walk along.
Yeah, okay.
Just tastily.
What would Thomas be doing? Oh, that sounds weird to say.
Timothy.
Yeah.
He's struggling with the inner conflict of whether or not he should tell Brian about what he knows.
You just drop them little salty hints without, you know, confirm with me first. Sure.
He know nothing, Jon Snow.
Yeah, Jon Snow. You know nothing.
But
Jon
he's
Snow.
also he carries Karl intermittently to help alleviate
Some of the stress of his broken
Yeah.
leg. Yeah, because I know that last time you did manage to kind of help him with some branches and twigs and some twine and stuff to kind of help keep
Yeah,
his
like a
leg
splint.
straight, like a splint while he walks. What would Karl be doing?
Carl's just like a rag doll over his shoulders. Yeah, like that. Just humming away to whatever Cleetus is playing.
Yeah, what would Cleetus be doing? Some road music?
Kris is really enjoying the fucking people. So what I'm doing is I'm working on my rudiments and my songs, and I'm just trying to like. You know, just
your parents said
just get some practice, get my mind illusions.
If that's the
more
case, then,
protected.
one at a time. Can I have a from Sam? I need a perception check.
Okay.
Yep.
It's awful in the last one, so let's try it better this time. 12. Yeah, 12.
12. Brian, you are recovering from the PTSD, so you know you don't get to contribute.
I can PTSD
What do you say?
check.
I didn't specify intermittently.
Intermittently carrying him, I'm still going to require a strength check from you
Does
though.
that give him advantage? Because I'm only doing it for like brief periods of time.
No. It will affect the DC in my head.
Okay. That's
Give me a strength check. What is your base strength as well?
Oh, I don't think it really matters, but it's 16 plus, and I've got 19 plus 3, so 22.
22. Sure. Yeah. You don't intermittently carrying him across the
But like I carried the
day
whole
a little bit
Carry
here and
us
here.
all.
It's not really affecting you. You manage to keep pace with everybody. Carl's not contributing in any way to anything going on because he's
absolutely
just
not.
having passenger princess treatment.
I still roll.
You roll nothing because I didn't ask for it.
You're comfortable.
I bet you're God.
Can I have a performance check from our bard?
Fuck you.
It wasn't very much.
You get add your modifiers.
Skills
See,
plus 7.
the cool kids over here.
That's
That's
nice.
metal dice.
To what? Sorry.
20.
So 20 and natural. Nice.
We are
So,
inspired.
You, as you are
Magic
travelling through this forest, the weather seems to clear up a little bit and get a little bit better. It's not cold anymore, it's just tepid. And yeah, with Arthur you manage to keep track on where you're going. You know, Cleetus manages to keep your spirits up a little bit with his travelling music. It's quite a nice performance. It's not too loud, it's not grating, it's not, you know, annoying. It's quite a nice bit of, you know, keeps you all in pace, almost like a military march kind of. After you kind of fall in the suit, you know, keeping to the music.
I kind of feel like Cleetus' music cleared up the weather.
I came up with a new recipe.
wait.
Brian's contemplating life after the loss of his mind kitchen.
I've got a new recipe for gatto.
What's a blue sky song? Like, blue sky. Something
Is
like
it blue sky? Please tell us why.
I was just like, don't worry about it.
Because orange.
It's gonna be alright.
Oh, I feel good.
Nice song.
Say don't worry!
Yeah. I mean, that check just for
Pringles.
plot furtherment. So yeah, you can manage to. You would recognise Arthur. You are towards the outer bands of what would be classed as out of enemy territory now.
Okay.
You're in a not exactly safety. You're still kind of on the outskirts of the Elven-controlled territories at the moment.
No weird hand
But
gestures.
not below, behind enemy lines.
No, you're not behind enemy lines.
We're safer than we
You're
were.
safer than what you were a couple of days ago. You are on the outskirts of the elves-controlled territories. Now, with that said, you are walking through these kind of winding, twisting hills, and you can all see in the distance the unmistakable, high, castled, towered walls, the city walls of the Elven city. I mean, yeah, it gives off that kind of vibe. Right? It gives off that kind of vibe. It's a very, very stereotypical medieval settlement, right? You can see the big high walls of the cylindrical towers, the intermittent plots throughout the wall, along the outer wall. You can see the farmlands that you're walking through as leading up to it. You can see the kind of small, what would be the common folks, like shacks and houses all built kind of mismatchedly, but it's pleasant to look at. It's a lovely scenery that you're travelling through. Even in this time of war, the elves have managed to keep this part of their little, slice of heaven fairly well protected.
I'm suspicious.
You would all know that the elves are known as the best mages of Vertraer, being that they live a fairly long time. A lot of the things that you see going around the farmlands they are tended to by, you see a few elves here and there tending to the crops, but they're not regular farmhands. You can see them kind of using magic that would move water around to water crops and things. They're kind of, it's very picturesque even in this time of war.
Is there any ingredients that I can take from these simple food?
It's kind of grains and barley.
Okay, it's not processed.
No, it's all being
I'll
grown.
find a way.
straight from farm to mine kitchen.
When you arrive, as you kind of travel through the trodden path between the farmlands, you can see there are a couple of elves doing in full plate armour. They've got spears and swords at side, and Arthur, roll a history check.
History check.
Was that an actual one?
It was, yeah.
You know nothing. You should have paid more attention.
I remember
in elf history.
Can't put my finger on it.
Just this journey is just to completely frazzle my brain.
Sorry, do you just look at them going, dwarf?
We're cousins, right?
Very small, very far away.
Where did this boy come from?
Who am I?
Who am I? Where am I? I'm not Dementia!
It's spreading to the dice.
Sorry, they get dementia, it's a very serious condition.
But when you have memories like us, it's fun.
I know, but we still have to
Because that's the thing.
PSA.
When we are all old and with dementia, we're going to think these adventures were our real lives.
If you remember that.
I don't need
you
that in
remember.
my life.
I'm kind of just you know the scene in Lord of the Rings, in the first one, the Fellowship of the Ring, when Gandalf goes into Moria and goes, I have no memory of this place. That's kind of what Arthur's doing right now.
You can all see as these two well put together elves travelling in their full plate armour, kind of just walking side by side, having a chat, and they notice you all coming, and you're all you're a mismatched group, you're a mismatched bunch, right? None of you are elves, none of you are, you don't have common theme amongst you, apart from maybe the two Banjo brothers, and dressed a bit similarly. Arthur, you look the most distinguished from them all. Yeah, you clean your armour most of the time. You keep yourself well put together.
And it's got the family crest.
Yeah, as a soldier, you've got your family crest. Brian, you're just in garments and leather gear and leather robes and stuff, aren't you? You've got like leather bandolier and knife holders and stuff. You're in big heavy plate armour, aren't you?
I don't think so, actually. I think I've only got minor armor.
So you're the paladin tank of the group, and you're not wearing any armor.
No, sorry, I've got heavy armor, I've got chainmail, heavy armor.
Mechanically, aesthetically, it can look however he wants. It can look like, you know, a He-Man sash covered in chainmail if he wants it to, but mechanically, yeah, he's wearing armour. You've got like the big shoulder pads, and you're like the biggest figure to look at amongst everybody, right? You've got the biggest silhouette.
I'll have you know, my third cousin removed is actually an elf.
No, it's not. That's not how lineage works. And as you see these two walking towards you, they're kind of chatting away, talking to each other, and they notice
what are they talking about? Gossip?
You can't hear them from this distance. They're just kind of chit-chatting, and you notice as one of them probably spots you notice them kind of chatting, and then just, you know, they like, you know, arch their backs a little bit, stand a little bit taller, ready to engage as you cross them on the path. And one of them, they've got like imagine similar to like a musketeer's style, like candelier helmet with like the feather, like the long feathers that come out the top and go down their back. These big kind of like peaks on the front of their helmets as well, big like ornated shoulder pads and things, tunic down past their waist, like gauntleted boots that come all the way up to their knees and things. These big spears and like the little like flag hanging off the spear. Big ornate crest on their chest. Arthur, you don't know what it is. Arthur would have been the only one that would have come here often enough to recognise it, but yeah.
Arthur, that looks like something you might know.
Nah.
Slept since then.
So are we approaching them?
Yes, they are towards you on the path.
I guess they're staring me down a bit though.
They're not staring you down,
But
it was in a casual conversation
They're
and
not
they've got into...
No,
Imagine you're in like a police-controlled environment, right? And police are looking around, they're having a conversation. As people come closer, they kind of stop their conversation and focus on the immediate thing in front of them. They're not flaring their chests and standing proud. They're not baring their teeth at you. They're just, noticing you a little bit. You're walking towards them.
They want you to know it's good for them.
Yes, and it's not that they're not readying weapons and preparing for a fight, because Arthur would know that these are you're in allied control, right? You're in allied territory, right? These are not enemy combatants.
Boys are not ready for a fight. I think we get
Can I just duck down and be like,
surprise attack.
hey chaps.
I mean,
That's so
how tall's Arthur?
Arthur's like a normal size, like 5'11".
Yeah, I mean,
like
they're elves, so they're pretty tall. They're not as tall as you, but they're certainly taller than Arthur.
Oh, okay.
They're not like, 4 foot tall. They're elves. Elves are like, 6 foot tall standard. So they're not that much shorter than you, only by a foot or so, but yeah, as you approach them on the path, and one of them will just, afternoon, gentlemen, you all look a bit worse for wear. Is there anything we can help you with?
Have you seen yourself?
Take me to your
You don't look too pretty either, so I wouldn't talk too much about you.
They look resplendent, by the way, like their armor is glistening.
They're suspiciously clean.
Yes, Thomas? What's Thomas saying to you?
Downey. Hi chaps. First off, we need a healer for this guy. I threw him out a mountain and missed and hit a tree.
And they look at his leg, and one of them just go, "Oh, that does look rather painful."
But that's not the
level
main.
6.
So healer for him, and also take us to your leader.
You need to see.
Arthur interjects. Sorry, excuse my friend. We're here from the Human Kingdom. We have a very important message from our commander, and we must.
Commander Uruk.
That's the one, Commander Uruk. You know him. You know him. Oh well.
You remember his name, Arthur.
So we must see whoever's in charge. We must see whoever's in charge and deliver this immediately to them.
As a reminder, as your DM, because I'm nice, I will remind you, when you was given the scroll, you was told to give it to no one except the king himself.
I do remember that.
Yeah, good boy.
Yeah.
Thomas is the one that is currently carrying it as well.
So anyway.
You bring word from the front lines?
Yes, that's right. We are from the front lines.
Oh,
we
so
broke through.
the front
We broke through enemy lines to get here to deliver this to your king.
I rolled intelligence for them both, and they both rolled a 12.
Also, can we drop this little brat off to an orphanage?
Now, see, one of them is slightly younger, maybe he's a couple of years younger and he's a little bit shorter, and he'll kneel down to Oren and start talking to him while the older man clearly engages with all of you.
Oh, we're gonna start fighting.
And the older one, he responds to you, being looking at nobility, and he'll. Of course, if you're from the front lines, then yes, by all means follow us. We'll escort you into the city. Do you have anything to be? What is your business in the city? What is your business with the king? If you need to see him.
Well, we have a very important scroll.
Just said.
Could I see it?
No. That was so in sync.
He'll look at you and he's just.
I'm just like, this scroll. Only eyes that can see this scroll is the king.
Because it's a locked scroll case, right? He's just asked to see.
I just hold the case. Like, only the king can look and see.
And when he looks at it, he'll just yes, no, of course, by all means. Follow me. And as he leads you through, the outer skirts of the, what would you call it, the farmland? Sorry, for another word there. You arrive to the city, and it's a hustle and bustle. There again, it's mostly elves. It kind of looks to give you some descriptive stuff. It's very clean, but it's hustle and bustle. There's busyness. There's elves coming and going, people running businesses and things. As you're walking through the city, there is a little image to look at for you, just to kind of get a gauge for you guys. As you travel through the city, you can see there are guards wandering everywhere now. Now you're in the city, there are guards everywhere. You see them travelling in pairs. All of the guards are elves, and they're all wearing the same uniform and the same crest of these two. It's like a crisscrossed sword on like a piped spiked shield, like a stereotypical medieval shield. Two crossed swords with like ornate handles on them. And they lead you through the city, and they take you towards the inner circle. Imagine, like these cities in Attack on Titan? The different levels of rings of the walls.
Okay, yeah.
And kind of gets higher as you go more towards the centre a little bit. Not massively so, it's not like you're climbing a mountain, but it's, it gets, as the rings get smaller in, there's like different sections of the walls that you pass through.
And they're wearing the 3D gear as well. So
No.
Dear DM God, who treats us well.
Yes.
May I just gesture or ask the guard who's escorting us what his insignia is for, just on the off chance that it might give our Arthur a chance to remember in case there's any relevant information that he might remember. That's a reasonable.
Sure. If you're chatting to him as you go along, sure, he'll just freely tell you that's it's the royal crest of our king, King Thero Eladru.
Does that give him a chance to maybe remember something that might be useful?
Arthur can roll with the memory jolt. Yes, Arthur can roll a history check again.
One.
With advantage because you've So,
I remember now.
PTSD, it comes flooding back.
We had that drunken night with the king. We went out. He fell in the canal.
God, this is my kid.
Jeff, Yes, all the guards that you've seen, the ornate patching and the gilded kind of crest that they all wear is silver, but you know the elite guard, their uniform is the exact same apart from their crest is the same crest but it's gold. So all of these are just like standard city guard, and as you get closer to the inner wall, the guards that patrol the inner wall are the more elite inner guards, so their crest is golden. And when they do get to the inner wall, the guard that's escorted you there will explain the situation to another guard, and he will then take you from there. Yeah, perfect. They don't cross over sections, right?
Are there any signs of the war affecting the Elven Kingdom in any way?
So you can see, as much as there is people hustling and bustling around, it doesn't look like there's no abundance of food. There's like, there's the minimums. There's no fresh, there's not a lot of fresh meat. It's mostly grains and barleys and vegetables. There's not a lot of meat to spare. Normally, if this was a normal city, a city of this size, you'd expect the markets and things that you've walked past to be overflowing with sellers selling their goods and their wares and things. But the couple of meat sellers that you have seen and the fishmongers and things haven't had a large variety, and it doesn't look the best of quality.
Brian can work that.
But there's looks like there's enough sort of grown food like grains, barleys, vegetables and things, but it's not an abundance. You know, you can see it's sparse of what it would probably normally be for a city this size, right?
Cool. Okay.
You can see when you get to the inner wall, there are no shops or nothing. There's no stalls in the very inner ring. There's 3 rings. There's the outer ring where you pass through where the shops were. Then there's an inner ring that again has the silver crested guards patrolling, and then the very most inner ring has the guards that have the golden crest on their armour and everything.
So it's got like market, residential, royal.
Yeah. Well, the 3 rings to the city.
What?
That was a well-timed natural 20. Just as you I'm imagining just as you pass into the centre ring, you have close. As you're passing through, you would hear that voice once more, but no one else can hear. As they say to you,
Everyone plug your ears.
yeah, everyone plug your ears. As they say to you, it's not been an easy journey, my boy, but you're here now. I suggest we play very close to the chest with the elves. It would be best to be respectful. The elves are, well, kind and majestic in the way they do diplomacy. They are very protective of their own.
Noted. Remember that.
What did you say, Arthur?
Oh, sorry. I was just remembering something.
As you get to the inner ring, you're led by a very proud-looking elven man, sort of this resplendent grey-white beard. Picture, J.K. Simmons. Picture J.K. Simmons have you seen him in the film Red One, where he's like buff? So picture that, but an elf, right? He's a very established-looking man. Yeah, he's probably for an elf. He's probably in his sort of early hundreds. In human years, he'd be like maybe in his 60s, 70s.
Silver fox.
Yeah, literally. The hair that comes out the back of his helmet is completely grey and silver. His beard comes all the way down past his chest, braided very ornately with like gold, like plaited rings in it and stuff. Again, he doesn't carry a spear, but he does have a rather large great sword at his side as he escorts you through, and you make your way up to the gates of the sort of inner walls of the palace, and you can see it's a very large. You've got 2 towers either side that spiral up with like these ornated patterns draping around them, the flags hanging down the front with the crest of the king on, sort of the stereotypical spiraled curled rooftops that go into a fine point with a flag at the top of each point. The walls kind of tumble like up towards the centre, where there is the central tower for the castle with 2 smaller towers either side, again with flags, and it looks very clean.
The architecture is beautiful.
It is, yeah. Literally, it's Camelot basically.
Yeah.
Picture Camelot. Yeah.
Elven Camelot.
Yeah, it's Elven Camelot. And when you arrive at the big ornate sort of wooden doors, there's 3 or 4 guards all out the front, all stood very proud. They've got spears and swords and things at the front, and then the same armour as the gentleman that's led you up. And he gets you so far, and he turns and goes, "One moment, I need to inform the King's Hand that you're here to see him."
Thank you.
And he leaves you with his other 2 little elven guards who have just been trailing along behind you, not saying anything. He disappears for a minute. You have a minute talking amongst yourselves while he goes and gets the hand of the king.
Hey guys, he said he's going to inform the King's Hand. We kind of need to inform the rest of them too.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Thomas genuinely believes he's got intelligence of 8.
Thomas,
He's barely
I think that's the
intelligent
first time we've
enough
actually made a joke. That's actually funny.
I don't think he thinks it's a joke.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I'm sure they will.
They will, don't worry.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, we're going to sort out my leg.
Oh yeah.
Are you still carrying him?
Yes. Intermittently.
intermittently.
Karl, don't worry. As soon as we're done with the king, we'll go find a healer for you.
What we do with Oren? We go just drop him off in an orphanage.
Is Oren still
Oh,
with
he's still
us?
with you, yeah. You've not.
Does the elf
Can we take him to an orphanage?
We will after this.
Do we know what the elf said to Oren and Oren said to the
Well,
elf?
he was just asking him. He was giving him, like, you know, are you okay? Are you hungry? Do you
Yeah,
want
but
some
surely the
water and
answer
things?
is no. Like, very much
Can we
no.
confirm
No, I'm
that his
not okay.
parents are dead, but we didn't kill them?
Well, again, you've not been asked anything yet. You've showed the scroll that's got these very ornate insignias on them, and they've taken you directly to the palace.
Arthur, I have to say, security is quite lax here.
Well, there
considering
are
wartime.
abundance, like there are. You've seen dozens and dozens of guards, right? If you kicked up a fuss, you'd be pretty overwhelmed pretty quickly with guards.
And plus, you got to remember that they would recognise my family crest.
Ah,
yes,
They
that's
kind of know
true.
my family. And plus, they've seen the scroll. They kind of recognise the signal on the scroll as well.
if they knew what we'd done.
We haven't done anything apart from fight for our survival.
So you see, the guard that had been letting you through comes out with a much older looking elf. He's a lot more spindly. He's a lot more sort of, you know, picture. What's his name?
I'm thinking the guy from Rohan, you know, when he's possessed.
Yeah. He looks a lot more. He's in these like cleaned, ornated robes. He's got like a satchel on and things like that. And he's got a little badge that's got the king's insignia on it with a little hand like holding the insignia.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, not quite the hand badge from Game of Thrones, you know, but it's it's a hand holding the crest, right? As he comes out to you, and he will. Ooh, I forgot to give him a name.
Does Arthur recognise him?
Well, Arthur's going to go give him a greeting. He's like, greetings, you must be the king's hand.
Jeffrey!
You must be the king's hand.
I know this man. His name's Humpty Dumpty. He's got a hump on his back.
Wait, let me see the back of you.
He's looking a little dumpty.
Well, he's got that Dumpty at the back. The Dumpty.
He's got a dumpster.
Jamothy!
I forgot to give him a name, so I'm giving him a name.
From
Give me a
Humpty
second.
Dumpty.
Oh,
Humpty
thing.
Dumpty.
Adam's family.
Yeah, thing.
Thing.
Good call. Who wants Humpty Dumpty?
But he has just drawn eyes on.
Humpty Dumpty.
His
Humpty
name's not Humpty Dumpty.
No.
Dumpty Humpty!
No,
Dumpty Humpty.
How about Humphreys Buffering?
no.
That's right, guys.
Needs
That's right.
Dave.
Is he sitting on the wall?
No, he's not sound.
Did he have a great fall?
He does have a walking stick.
So you can have a great fall.
What's all the king's men there?
You don't know. You are led up towards the very gates of the castle as you see this older, a lot older elf come out. He's got a long walking cane. Quite slowly. He's being helped by the elderly, by the guard that escorted you. He's kind of, you know how we help you walk, Matt? He's kind of got his arm, just helping him along with his walking stick. Tried sprinkling him in there. And he introduced himself as Magnus Thorn at your service. I am hand to the king. I have been informed that you have a urgent matter with His Majesty.
Indeed. Yes.
Humpty Dumpty would have been better.
Magnus sounds like a made up.
But Magnus, Magnus, I like your name, but
You haven't met the king yet.
Magnus,
Yeah.
would you like a throat lozenge? It sounds like you're some throat spits.
Thank you, my boy. No, this is just the passage of time, I'm afraid.
Oh, so you what do? You just breathe in sandpaper?
I'm a heavy smoker.
Oh, okay.
You have some urgent business with the king.
Yes, Magnus. We urgently need to see the king to deliver this message.
I don't. My legs hurt.
Oh yeah, we need a doctor for him.
Could I, of course, yes, I can see you're quite injured, my boy. Could I ask your reasoning for seeing the king?
Important message.
Well,
You showing him the scroll?
I show him the locks.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
locked.
the
Well,
context, but-
you know it's magically locked. Could I take I need to see the seal on the scroll, my boy, for level of urgency. Yeah, he just
shows him the
you
scroll.
like just he's not asking to take it. He just needs he's got glasses on. He needs a closer look at it. Yeah, he's
great.
and he's like leaning in like yes of course Commander Oreg, of course, yes, by all means follow me. And the guard will escort him in with you. And when you walk in the palace, these kind of big, arched wooden double doors open, lead you in to a large, opened, foyer area. It's very ornate and fancy. It's inside of a palace. And he walks you all the way up to this big staircase. And when you get to the bottom of the staircase, he'll gesture to an attendant that's kind of pottering around. He's like, come here, my girl, come here. And he gestures to Thomas and Karl. You are injured, my boy.
Yeah, a little bit. My knee's a bit hurt.
And would you follow this young woman, and she'll take you to a healing chambers where one of the...
You pass the scroll to me, and I can then go see the king.
Oh, you guys healing him? I thought we were going to break the other leg.
Can I just drop him off with the guy?
It's the woman.
I could hobble with the...
What are you saying?
She's like a young girl, right? She's like a young girl. She's like a teenager.
Okay.
I could hobble my way with the young lady.
Brian, just steal the
Brian,
cane from
can
you.
Can Brian escort Karl, so he can act like a little cane? He can put his hand on his head to help him along.
Yeah, if
Alright, fine.
with him.
Fine.
Yeah. So Brian and Karl hobble off with this young elven girl, where she's like, of course, Magnus, follow me. And she takes you off where the staircase goes up. She takes you to one side of it.
Do you
down
want a
little-
flapjack?
Oh God.
And she takes
After
the two
all,
of you
fuck.
away
Didn't want
down
that
to a
meat.
little side room.
Ooh,
everything.
Cleetus, I'm going to get me a new knee.
As she takes you off. So now the only people is Cleetus. Is Cleetus going with his brother, or is he staying with the other two boys?
No, I want to know. I want to see what's happening here.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, then Karl and Brian are led off by the young elven woman to go and perform some healing magics on Karl's leg.
Oh, somebody touched you, like, don't touch me! Yeah, let's repeat. Just fucking put some
It's you who doesn't like me.
I know, just.
Thank God it wasn't you that broke your leg.
We'll see what happens with them two in a minute. As Magnus and the commander lead you up the big staircase towards a small. It's another ornate door that opens into a small office, and you see this middle-aged. He looks middle-aged. He's got a little bit of grey in him, dotted here and there, and he's sat at a desk. He's got like a big cloak sat over the back of the chair, loads of scrolls and parchments and things dotted around a large desk. Behind him you can see two guards wearing the same armour as the man escorting you, stood behind him as you're led in, and the commander closes the door behind you, and Magnus will introduce it. We go, my king, and he kind of does this very graceful, hobbled little bow as can I introduce the ambassadors sent from Commander Orig himself, I believe. My manners, my dear boy, I apologise, and you are?
Arthur takes a step forward, takes a knee towards the king and says,
Who's me? Sorry.
That mountain took a knee from me.
You're dead.
Yeah, you two are there.
I know.
Should we just... Yeah.
Good. Right. Arthur takes a knee and introduces it. My name is Arthur Valbirith. I'm from the Valbirith family.
Did you say foul breath?
Valbirith.
Oh, I thought you said foul
It's
breath.
okay.
I wasn't going to say anything.
He uses throat spray now. It's alright.
Anyway. And then he kind of beckons Cleetus and Thomas to take a knee as well next to him.
So it's Draken.
Do you take a knee?
You take a knee.
Do you take a knee?
Yeah, I feel like I should.
Would he though?
But would it even looks like? He don't even look like a height much difference as I'm still towering over him. But
You have to get
It's more a
down.
sign of respect, right?
Yeah,
It's
sign of
just
respect.
you know you're in
For a
front
king.
of someone important.
Karl,
Karl take a knee as well?
No, I'm not taking
No,
it.
Karl's not
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Does Cleetus take a knee?
I'll take a seat. I won't take the knee. It's a bit difficult for me to get up if I get that low down.
just to say simplistic, save face. Can I just lightly pinch the back of his knee to force him in onto a knee? Like, you know, when you just flip. You know, when you just like
I thought I'd be dragging a chair across the whole
No, I'm gonna say that's funnier. You hear the taking a chair across the room.
What's he gonna do there?
And
Alright, consider this me kneeling. Oh.
Should I still tip him out of the seat so he ends up on his knees?
no, hold on, because this is funnier. As Master Orange just kind of looks at you all and just looks at Cleetus pulling the chair as if to say he's, you know, that look of just like, what the fuck are you doing? It's a look of pure shock and astonishment. As he's watching this hillbillied, humbling tiefling drag this very ornate chair.
Is this a throne that is moving?
No, it's just a very ornate chair. You're clearly in the king's office. There's bookshelves and things around. The two guards at the back kind of look at each other trying not to move behind the king, and the king will hands on his desk and he will stand up and he'll acknowledge you two who are on the ground, down on one knee. He's just rise.
He was just chilling, just eating some shit on his back.
Eating some rations.
Alfred just goes to stand up, just give him a nudge.
Can I seriously just backhand him? Because I know you don't.
Mechanically, no, but story-wise, yeah, you can give him a little clip on the back of the ear.
Clip on the back of the ear.
That's fine.
Fuck, don't hit me! You know what happens when people touch me? Let's rebuke you! It's gonna be real embarrassing if I rebuke all over here. I'm trying to be nice to these people.
You're rebuked all over us.
I'll rebuke everywhere. Let me eat my rations.
So, where's Oren? Is Oren with them?
Oren's outside.
Okay.
Oren's outside the room with the other
He's
guy.
just looking for the what?
Yeah, there's no under 18s in here.
As this very, imagine again, just picture like Jensen Ackles if he was an elf, with a bit of a longer beard, right? I can't exactly describe him, but yeah, in my head it's just Jensen Ackles if he was an elf, right?
Jensen Ackles with long ears.
Yeah.
Very regal.
Yeah, very regal robes. He does have a crown, but it's not like an over elaborate crown, right? The rest of the furniture in the room and stuff sort of looks all embellished and over elaborate, but his crown looks very tame. It's almost just like a thin silver band with a peaked front with one little gemstone in it. Looks tasteful.
Thank God.
Looks yummy.
Imagine if it wasn't tasteful enough. Really embarrassing.
No, we're leaving.
I have been informed that you have.
Sorry, was I interrupting you? Oh, this is the king and his so
Do you want a son?
Clear's like, this is my big break.
That's good fine. You're like,
I'm going on as a king. I can make a name for myself.
Oh, I don't know what else I expected from him, but that was brilliant. Hold on, I've got to refocus the king's energy now.
School of Rock!
Oh, you're just Jack Black in D&D, aren't you? Refocus the king. Don't look at me.
It worked out the same way.
I have been informed that you have very important information to share with me from Commander Oric.
That's correct. Thomas, the scroll, please.
It's a sad music.
yeah.
He sees the seal on it. And who's what? You're gonna go past it?
I'll just hand it directly to him.
Yeah. He
Do not pass.
Yeah, he doesn't take it from any of you. He just he waves his hand over it, and whoever's holding the scroll. No.
Okay.
Whoever's holding the scroll, he unlocks it while you're holding it, and he goes, "Would you be so kind?"
Weren't you supposed to be having that thing the entire time?
He took it. I gave it to him.
That means you broke your oath.
Over.
No.
You broke your oath, you oath breaker.
No. I I delivered it.
You almost did my accent.
He asks you to read it. He actually asks you to read it to
It's
him.
a Chinese menu.
Oh, can you read?
Background music.
That's a lot of big words.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Can Thomas read?
You can, but it's slow.
Squiggle.
To His Most Royal Highness, King Pharaoh Elder of the Elven Kingdom of Corminth.
Mispronounce it, go on. Keep going.
That is essential.
Just read it. Hold on.
I hope this finds you well, but it is my unfortunate duty to send you your Jarl this letter.
What's this word?
But by the time you read it, our lions would have been overwhelmed. Oh no, I think they're dead.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit. This is news to me.
Ah, damn it.
When I sent these messengers to you, we were messengers.
Yes.
To you, I knew that there was no chance that they would be able to send reinforcements in time, but I have received alarming reports. Argo's metallic man. That's right.
That's right.
Metallic.
Are not what we first thought. They were. We believe he is using our own. What the fuck?
Now I got a question.
Thomas, what does it say? What does it say?
Thomas is
They're using. The metal men are people.
I love that it's him reading out this very dark news.
God, that would explain why they took the people in the pit.
They're using our people to bolster his
So you're
numbers.
telling me these noses are real noses?
You've got noses in your bag.
Oh, well, explain this.
It's alright. It's alright. No one knows.
We know.
You're not here.
Yeah. He's using our own people to bolster his numbers. He is turning our own people into his siders. If this is
Siders?
Okay, don't worry, King.
It says soldiers.
soldiers.
I'm sorry, King. You can read it yourself when it's done. We just need to give him some practice. It's that time of day when there's a reading
I'm
lessons.
trying to work out if this is acting or real.
I think he's like put it on so much that he's actually breaking his own brain. Because he's had like a Western twang a few times. That's all I went through.
No. When I said Jarl, it was because the U was like the U was quite tall. So
that's why you're struggling.
Yeah,
It's the handwriting. It's not.
I'm playing into it. Give me a break, man.
If this is the case, we are in darker times than we ever thought. Your faithful servant, Commander Oleg Udin.
No, when you said
Turn the line
when
on.
you said thought, was it thought or fought? Was that just your accent not doing the T again?
With that, Magnus will gesture to take the
Talk.
scroll, to take the parchment from you.
I like it.
Let's pass him the scroll.
Magnus will take it, and he'll read over it himself, and he'll read over it and glance at it himself, and he'll look up at the king, and the king says to you all, I am pleased you made it here in one piece with this news. We've had disturbing reports for a while, but nothing concrete. If Commander Ulrich says this is the truth, then I believe him.
Would have been great if he told us that before we left.
I would assume he kept this information confidential to prevent the enemy finding out what we know. The more they think we are clueless, the better. That is an advantage to us. They have so far underestimated our ability to fight them off. The city is the most defended point on Vertraer so far, with the level of mages that we have here. A lot of our forces are magically defended. Argo's soldiers have not breached our lines yet. With that said, if he is turning Vertraean citizens into his own forces, I fear with each that he takes from us, he will gain tenfold.
So no matter a time for Vertraer's Argos Dominion.
Wait, is he making a breed as well?
No, it's just using it to.
Given news of thing.
You're not here.
While that goes on, while that conversation goes on with the king and you reveal the scroll to him, Brian and Karl, you are led into a like a small side room where this young woman elf leads you in, and there's like it's like a long thingy table with like a cushion on it for Brian to stand next to while Karl is laid down. She'll gesture for you to lay down on the table. She'll gesture for you to lay them on the table. She'll offer you both a glass of water if you're thirsty, and she will just give me one moment. I will fetch an attendant and we will see what they can do for your leg.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Just doing that.
Come back with a hammer.
You just sat at the table, just
I'm just
wiggling,
doing with my legs.
gaggling your legs. Yeah. An elder elf comes in. This is another woman. She's got like tied up hair, very plain looking robes. They're clean and neat, but they're very like plain, no ornate patterns on them or nothing. Picture almost, kind of like a nun almost, or like a district nurse from like the 50s or something. And yeah, she comes in, she sees your leg, and she casts a spell. She takes off the bandages and kind of feels around the leg a little bit, feeling where the break is. Yeah, she's judging your. I do apologise. I am being as careful as I can. As she all of a sudden she looks at Brian and she gestures for you to hop off the table with her head. As she kind of leans into you and you may wish to distract your companion.
Over there. Hey!
She
Hey, look at me.
breaks his other leg.
I'm not gonna punch him in the dick!
Yeah, you may wish to distract your companion. What are you doing to him, Brian? How are you talking to Karl? How you keeping him entertained while she's kind of feeling around?
Hey, Karl! Karl! I like you!
Oh, it's quite good.
As all of a sudden she goes,
I was just doing it like a mesmerising dance.
roll performance, see how tantalising seductive tantalising
I wasn't going for seductive, but fine. Oh, for God's sake. Hang on, sorry.
Looks like there's two more legs when you had one.
Four. It's not a good dance, but would it hold Karl's attention? Like ridiculous little half.
It's a little man
doing the truffle shuffle almost.
If he was going for sexy, 4 makes it like the truffle shuffle.
I think when we're done here, we'll speak to my brother Cleetus and see if we can get you as a little side shot.
While he's doing this little dance, while he's doing this little dance, she just goes and sets the into place.
I just response go.
And she sets the leg back into place. She casts a spell over it, and it feels when she casts the spell, it feels a lot better, but the pain doesn't completely go away.
Hey nurse, click.
Are you just doing the Family Guy thing right now?
The pain doesn't completely go away, but you do no longer have a broken leg as she casts greater restoration.
Man, that was real mean. I'm sorry you have to look at my disfigured face. My brother took my nose.
She looks at you like...
I was going to ask y'all to fix that, but what you did to my knee, I'm not too confident. It's going to hurt for you to return my nose.
She puts a hand on your shoulder as you're laying down like... I believe there is nothing wrong with your appearance.
Just go along with it.
She's got that like very calm demeanor, like bedside manner of like, very gentle. She's very softly spoken. She gently puts a hand on your shoulder and she's just, there is nothing wrong with your appearance.
You see, like everybody says that about me, but I know that since my brother took my nose, I can't look at myself in the mirror.
What does Karl look like again? He's a lot slimmer than
he's
brother,
really
right?
skinny, just little tiefling, just redneck, homeless kind of looking.
Yeah, he's dishevelled, right?
Kind of crackhead vibes.
Look at his profile picture.
Yeah. For what, Facebook?
No, on D&D.
And Facebook.
Oh, some of your old, not your private, some of your older pictures.
Yeah, as she's very softly, consoling you and talking to you. As she gestures for you to like sit round and stand up. She offers you a hand to help you stand if you would. She helps you stand.
My knee's much better. I like that. That's I can do things with it.
Give it a bit of short, no overextending yourself for the next day or so, and you should be absolutely fine.
Perfect, man.
Can you do a favor? Can you grow his nose back?
She looks at you and she's like, hold on, she's gonna roll. I'm gonna roll something for her because.
She punches him in the face and his backwards broken.
No, she can see what's going on. I rolled intelligence and she's understanding the.
Good.
Well, she's picking up what you're putting down. Right?
I'm actually saying wink.
She goes. She sees your face and she puts one hand on like your cheek here, right? And she puts her other fingers to close your eyes as she goes, and just rubs her fingers across your nose, and just like that. And you feel a little. She's casting a spell, but it's a cantrip. She's casting like dancing lights, so you can through your closed eyes you can see the light, like as if she's casting a different spell.
Don't go for the
I'm gonna roll performance to see if she can pull it off. Yeah, she can. She rolled a 17, so she's gonna pull it off. As she pretends to cast a spell on your face to heal your nose for you, and when you open your eyes, she goes. You are fine.
Again. Go! Your nose is back.
My nose is back. I'm gonna grab the mirror and be like, oh my god. I look amazing! Man, this is amazing. This is much better than my last nose. Oh, Cleetus is gonna be so jealous of this nose.
As she kind of, while that's going on, she kind of looks at you and just goes, I'm afraid there is nothing else I can do to help your friend.
I know. Are you sure?
He is beyond more magical abilities.
Fine. Come on, Karl. Let's get back to the
everybody else now.
Yeah, as the younger woman will lead you up to the room where the king was, and you come into the end of this conversation. And at the end of that conversation, there is. You're in the centre of the palace when you're in the king's office. As after you guys come into this room, the door hasn't been closed yet, and you see a younger elf. He's in like half plate armor and things. He's got he doesn't have any weapons on him. He's just half plated armor, and he comes running in as if like his life depends on it. As he literally stumbles in the door behind you all, as before he even gets the chance to speak, all of a sudden you all hear it. There is this. It is the loudest sound any of you have ever heard. Imagine like
fighter jets going over us.
Louder than Cleetus' chair moving across the hall.
Yeah, it is. You hear it from outside. None of you can see where the sound's coming from because you hear it from outside as the whole palace shakes. As you just hear this almighty from like outside. And that's where we'll leave it for next time.
Oh, cliffhanger again? D20!
That is where we'll leave it for next time.
Cool.
Everyone good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleetus has his nose, Karl has his nose back.
Do you everybody?
It's a bit of story progression, which I like.
Yeah, we'll do a level up.
No.
Thank you everybody.
Do to level up.
Listening with the scroll. Thank you everybody for watching and listening to Legends of Vertraer. We've been your amazing cast. I've been your DM.
Amazing.
Everybody say bye. Until next time.
Bye. It's not brought to you by Legends of Vertraer.
Legends of Vertraer is Thomas Creighton as our DM, Matthew Humphrey as Brian Blumpton, Chris Wheeler-Ward as Thomas Krayt Draken, Brandon Waters as Cleetus Banjo, Kirby Downey as Karl Banjo, and myself, Sam Hawkins, as Arthur Valbirith. If you liked listening to our podcast and wish to support it, then the best way to do that is over on our Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/Legends of Vertraer pod, where you also get tons of extra bonus content and perks, such as access to our community Discord, ad-free episodes, post-chat episodes called Vertraer Cast, and much, much more. You also get your name shout out at the end of every episode, just like these two awesome Patreons, Callum and They Call Me Josh. If you've made it this far, then thank you for listening. Our Twitter/X is at VertraerCast, our Instagram is Legends of Vertraer, and our YouTube channel is youtube.com/VertraerPodcast.